Welcome. I'm going to talk about how to add a quiz to Moodle. So I'm going to go into a class that already has content in it and just add a quiz. So I'm going to select the class I want to add the quiz in. Click this. Quiz and exam work the same way. So I'm going to scroll down and go to the folder location where I want the actual quiz. So in this course, I need to add a quiz to the pre-assignment. We're going to add Chapter 1 quiz. So I'm going to click on, I already have my editing turned on, but if you don't, let me turn it off. I was already in Moodle, but if you don't, the first thing you have to do is turn editing on. When you turn that on, you'll be able to see all these things where you can move stuff, add stuff to folders. So I'm going to go to the pre-assignment and I'm going to add a resource or activity, and I'm going to select quiz. Quiz can be used for exams, just a quiz, homework, reading quiz, anything. You use the word quiz. So I'm going to click add. So I'm going to give this a quiz, chapter 1. Please complete the multiple choice. The purpose of this. This is where you give instructions. So now, once I've given instructions, you can be as detailed as possible. This is just for kind of a homework grade, so I would give more instructions if this was a final exam. So under timing, this is where I'm going to say when the quiz can open, when the quiz will close, if they have a time limit. So it can open anytime. I'm going to let them choose when to open it. And then I'm going to let it close on Wednesday, March 25th, right before class at 1800. I'm going to give them a time limit, so I'm going to click enable, and I'm going to give them a 30-minute time limit. And open attempt, so I select this. When does it expire? So sometimes the students forget to hit submit, so I basically always say anything that they started is automatically submitted. Then I'm going to select grade. So if you've set up a grade book, then this is where you choose where to put this in the grade book. If you have not, you should watch the other video about grade book. So right now it's not categorized, but I'm going to put this into quizzes, which is a category that I have. I'm going to say that you have 2 attempts, not unlimited, and that the highest grade. You could average them. You could take the first attempt. You could take the last attempt. On question layout, this is every question is a new page, or every 2 questions or 10 questions. I just make every question a new page. Makes it harder to copy off the internet. Not impossible, by the way, but harder. And then question behavior. Shuffle questions within. I always say yes. This way, if students are trying to work together, they have different questions. Then I click on review options. So I haven't made any changes, by the way. Under review options, this is when they can see stuff. So under review options, I'm going to turn off everything but the attempt immediately after. So that means they can only see what their guess was. And then while the quiz is still open, they can only see the attempt. They can't see feedback, whether it's correct. And then after the quiz closes, since this is multiple choice, it'll self-grade and I don't need to do anything else. I'm going to let them see the attempt, whether it's correct, feedback, overall right answer. And this is all I need to do, and I don't need to do any of these other settings. And then I'm just going to hit save and return to course. Now you can see that the quiz, chapter 1, is here, and I'm going to click on the quiz in order to edit the quiz. So I'm going to show you my answer sheet. So this is my answer sheet. It has the multiple choice questions, tells me the correct one, and gives me some information about the correct answer. So here are my instructions for the quiz. The students can see they have 2 attempts. The quiz will close at 6 p.m. on March 25th. They have 30 minutes. I'm going to click Edit Quiz. Here under Edit Quiz, the maximum grade. Now, if I have all 10 question quizzes, then I would just leave this as maximum grade 10. Each quiz question is worth 1 point. If I had different amounts of questions on each quiz, then I would set the maximum grade to 100. That way each quiz was worth the same value, and I would give points based on the allocation of 100. So each question in this one would be worth 10. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shuffle, Add New Question. So the type of question, I'm going to be doing a multiple choice question. So I want multiple choice. So I'm going to scroll down. It's not the first all or nothing. That allows multiple answers, by the way. It's just general multiple choice. It's in the middle of the page. And I'm going to click Add. So in here, I'm going to name the question. Since this is Chapter 1, I'm going to also name it Multiple Choice 1 in case I want to use this in another quiz bank or on the final exam. All I'm going to do is label that, and then I'm going to copy the question, right? And then I'm going to paste the question. So now I know Chapter 1, Multiple Choice 1. The general feedback, this is where I can put the feedback that came with the test bank. So I'm going to copy this feedback, and I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to paste. Now, under this it says one or multiple answers. One answer only is what I'm looking for. Shuffle the choices. If it says all of the above, I usually don't shuffle choices, or there's sometimes questions don't make sense to shuffle choices. Otherwise, I leave this checked. By default, shuffle choices are checked. That means when students open this quiz, somebody's going to have maximizing gross estate A, and somebody's going to have that as C, so they can't just say the answers are A, C, B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the answer under A. So I'm going to copy, then I'm going to minimize, and then I'm going to paste. So it says on here that A is the correct answer. So I'm going to select A as the correct answer by giving it 100%. It is the correct answer. If they get this right, they get 100% of the points for this question. So then I'm going to go through and I'm going to repeat this process, but these are not the right answers. So I'm going to copy B and put it in choice 2. The reason it's not B is because some people have it as B, some people have it as C. I'm going to go back. I'm going to copy the third choice. I'm going to paste the third choice. I'm not using feedback, as you can see, and I'm not selecting any grade because these aren't worth any points because I'm only having one right answer. Oh, and I'm going to copy this, minimize. I'm going to paste. Then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to hit Save Changes. So I'm going to do that one more time to show you, and then I'll show you how to add a different type of question. I'm going to click Add New Question, and I'm going to click Multiple Choice all the way down the page, not the all or nothing. And I'm going to click Add. So now I'm in Chapter 1, MC, Multiple Choice 2. That's how I label my questions. So I know where I got it on the answer sheet. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to say, as a financial planner, I'm going to copy the question, right? And then I'm going to paste the question right in the question text. And then there's feedback, so I'm going to copy the feedback. And paste. And then I'm going to leave it only one right answer, shuffle the choices, and then I'm going to copy the choices. A was pictures of his children. It will shuffle when the students take the actual quiz. I'm going to do B. I'm going to do C. I'm going to do D. Now this one I didn't remember which one was the answer, so I'm going to go back and read it. It says C is the answer. So I'm going to select C 100%. I'm going to hit Save and Return to Course. Save Changes. Now you can see there's two multiple choice questions. Let's just say I wanted to add an essay. Add a new question, add an essay. So I'm going to call it essay chapter 1, essay 1. Please describe the basic principles of financial planning and how you will use these in your job. One of the keys to, and then I would write general feedback. So this I would need to grade the essay question, right? And this will let the student, so here's where I type the question. I might have some general feedback, maybe I type an answer, but if it make it more personal, it's harder to copy off the internet. So that's my real goal about essays. I kind of change them up from test bank essays to include like give your personal experience. That way, well, you might be able to copy what principles of financial planning are. How will you use it at your job or your future job? That's harder to answer. So this one, I can choose how much text box, how long of an essay. Is this a short essay, 20 lines? Do I want to give them 40 lines? So this is how I can choose the size of the input box. Allow them to write an attachment. That's up to you. And then general information. So if I wasn't the only one grading, I might put information like looking for these 5 categories, XYZ, and then I would just hit save changes. And then you can see that they show up instead of as multiple choice as an essay. And so this is the basics. You'll probably either use multiple choice or essay. An essay is short answer or essay. You just choose how long you want the answer. And this is if you wanted to change the points. Let's just say we had different quizzes and we wanted this to be out of 100 points. So I would type in up here and I would click save. So I have 3 points out of here. And then if I want to change the points of this question, let's just say this question's worth 20 points. This question's worth 20 points because I have 2 multiple choices my whole test. And now there's 40 points. And this question's worth 60 points because it's the essay. And now you can see my total marks are 100. So you just type in here and then hit enter. You click the pencil, type 20, hit enter. And then let's just say we were done. So I'm going to hit save. And now let's say I want to see what the quiz looks like. I'm going to click on chapter 1 quiz, and you can click this button, preview the quiz now. Then it gives you the instructions. This quiz has a time limit of 30 minutes. It will start counting down to start your attempt. You must submit before it expires. Are you sure you wish to start now? I'm going to click start attempt now. So this is what the quiz would look like. I can see they have 3 questions. I can see this is what the student would see. So I'm going to just choose an answer. Which of the following is not a goal? I'm going to select an answer. And then this is an essay. This is my answer. I'm going to type more stuff so that you can see that. So then I would hit finish attempt. So then you would submit and finish all if you were really done. And then we could see if the quiz was done. So everything would be graded except for the essay. And now you can see this is my answer. So this is what it would look like when they have the final preview. I'll go over grading quizzes in a separate video. This is just how to make quizzes or exams. Thanks.